did you audition for all the like Ichikawa and like all the like?
No.
All that? It was just for Kafka.
No, I auditioned for Kafka and I auditioned for Hoshina. Those are the two. It's because Hoshina was one of those where it's like I felt like there was like a good amount of play. It may not necessarily be like the full like when I say play and range, I don't necessarily mean like a full spectrum of voice or anything. Yeah. But like I like there to be just like a little something to the character.
When you auditioned for Kafka, were you like, oh yeah, this is totally my wheelhouse, or does it feel like something very foreign from what you normally audition for?
Both. What I used to audition for was more just kind of like hitting on like military-esque, just like monotone, flat, scholarly kind of voice. And then I realized like, oh no, it's like I have a lot more fun being able to like just scream and play, and that's kind of what I look for now. I try to
screaming, guys.
Yeah. I'm here to lose my voice. Use my voice until I lose my voice.
Those were very similar to questions that I also had. So
my bad.
No, thank you for pitching them. I really appreciate it. What roles do you guys think that you have done in the past that prepared you for these specific roles?
Ooh, actually, I have one very specific role. It's Kei Sugihara in The Yakuza's Guide to Babysitting. He has almost the exact level of range that Kafka does. Except in that show, I'm the punching bag of the show. Jonah Scott plays the lead, absolutely. Lovely show, phenomenal cast. But yeah, he's one where it prepped me for the level of screaming. Like I don't think there's a single line in that show that I don't yell or scream, which is very, very similar to Kafka. Because so when we go into session, there's this ongoing thing where it's like, oh, we'll save the strenuous stuff for the end and whatnot. But Sean, the director, he looks at me and he's just like, hey, so I would say let's start with the non-strenuous stuff, but you're literally everything's screaming, dude. I'm sorry. Like, here you go.
That's amazing.
Like I said, Mina is very much a character that it's very familiar territory for me. Playing Ryukyu in My Hero Academia, a dragon, was very similar vocally, and then that's one of my big typecasts. But also, like I said earlier, I've shared two other roles with Asami Seto, and that's the villain Yukari Origami in Katana Maidens, and also I'm in Gundam Witch of Mercury. I play Sabina, and those are both Asami Seto. So whenever I see she plays a character, I'm like, oh, I definitely have to try for that one.
For me, I would say it was definitely Rampo Edogawa from Bungo Stray Dogs. I remember reading Kaiju way before the sides went out, years before. Actually, and seeing him and being like, oh, this is like Rampo if he actually worked out. Because Rampo is, he's a great detective. He's a, keen deductive mind, but he also, mostly just, lazes around the detective agency and eats sweets. So this guy's a little more, he has that goofy side, that sarcastic side, but he also, comes from a military background and has been trained, in the ways of the blade since he was a young man. A young boy, in fact.
While you blazed around, I studied the blade.
Exactly, yes. He's the definition of that meme.
Yeah.
Studying the blade. But what I really like about him, though, is that, despite that background, you'd think that he would have a chip on his shoulder, that he'd be all business, kind of more like Kamo and JJK, but no, he still has that very playful, very sarcastic side to him that comes out. And even though he gives Kafka a really hard time, he believes in him. And even though he makes fun of him a lot, he really wants what's best for him. He, pushes him to do better, and that's a fun dynamic, I think, to play with.
Yeah, for me with Ichikawa, it's probably Itadori and Chifu from Tokyo Revengers. Ichikawa's he's like a middle point between those two, and the trauma that I went through during the last season of JJK wore me down so much that by the time something happy like Kaiju No.8 came along, and yes, I consider Kaiju No.8 to be happy.
Yeah.
It's all right. Everything is happier than JJK season 2.
For now.
For now.
I was ready to go. But I think Chifu is he's cool. Itadori has the goofiness. And just that golden retriever energy that I also think Ichikawa has. But again, they're all good boys, so they kind of just fall in this spectrum of how are they good, And Ichikawa, to me, like Itadori's all over the place. You get super goofy, you get super serious, crying on the floor in the fetal position, and then all the funny stuff from season 1. Why can't we go back? But Ichikawa's kind of like always, he's very consistent. And it's not until he meets Kafka that he's sort of like brought out of his shell a little bit. But when he's in like soldier mode or defense force mode, he's much more kind of like even keel, I think, which is, it's fun. It's fun to play.
And to that point, if he hadn't met Kafka, like they hadn't had that moment together, where do you think his character would have gone? Like, who would he have become?
Ooh, that's an interesting question. You know, I think he probably would have. I think Ichikawa is super smart and he is gifted in, you know, like his what do you call it, like military skill level. But I think it really does, like Kafka really pushes him to the next level. And I think having somebody else to care about when he kind of comes in, he's not really like all about himself in a super egotistical way, but he's just only ever had himself, you know? So I think having someone else to care for is that push that Ichikawa needs, which is why they sort of need each other. It's not just about Kafka needing Ichikawa to be like, listen, old man, why would you quit? I would never quit. You know, it's also like Ichikawa needs him too, you know, which is cool.
I really appreciate their relationship. They're like my favorites. Yes, boy. And this one is specifically for Katelyn because Mina is Angel, honestly. How do you think her character would respond if she became a kaiju? Would she share it with anyone? Would she have kept it a secret? Would she have used it in the field like Kafka does?
She'd have to leave the defense force, I think. I don't know. It depends on if that happened after she met Kafka. Because if she had already met Kafka, she might be like, well, maybe we can make it work. But I don't know. I think she takes her job so seriously. She'd be like, I have no business being here. Like she'd quit.
I agree. No, okay, sorry. This is about me.
Let's write some fanfic right now.
It writes itself.
Let's do Mad Lib fanfic.
Listen, that almost happened just now. You guys don't understand. Okay, so Soshiro gave Kafka his foot in the door in the agency. Do you think as an individual he would extend that, like, you personally as a person, would you extend that same grace to someone who was as, you know, struggling as Kafka is?
That was for you.
That was for me?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Can you please repeat that? Extend the grace of what?
Would you
Sorry, were you asking about my character's bowl cut and wide back?
No!
I didn't hear what you said.
Not just anybody can pull it off, but he does. He can pull off a bowl cut.
No, he believed in Kafka. He wanted to give him a chance. And we all saw Kafka. We saw, you know, 0%.
Wait. Hold up.
I'm saying, would you personally?
It's not like taking a dump. You can't just push it out. Oh boy.
I mean, listen, he was a little hopeless, right? Like, if you saw a hopeless character like that, would you just be like, yeah, let's believe in him. Let's give him a chance.
You know what? I think I would.
You like to believe you would do that?
Yeah. I mean, 0%. That's pretty pathetic. But yes, I still would. I would for sure.
He literally said, I'll let him on the defense force for the lulz.
Exactly. I mean, I think there's a part of him that really does believe in him and wants him to get better, but also it's like, oh, you know, the battlefield, it's a serious business, you know, taking on these monsters. So let's have a court jester.
That's messed up.
Maybe I still am the punching bag of my own show.
I'll do one more question and then I will open it up to you guys if you guys have any questions. I don't know. So, not specifically to Kafka, but for him, do you think he should have stayed as, or would you have preferred he did his job as a cleaning guy and hid, like, not going to the force?
F no. Look, here, you know. So here's the thing, you know, and I chime this a lot to folks in, you know, actual life, which is if you don't try, you'll never know what can happen. You know, there's a thing about becoming complacent that is just absolutely depressing, and I feel doing so just makes you live a life filled with regrets, you know? I think truly giving it your all, and, you know, if you come to the conclusion afterwards, hey, maybe I'm legitimately not cut out or whatever, then it's like, sure, whatever. But the thing is, I think everyone owes it themselves to give, you know, the good old college try, because at the end of the day, you only have one life, and, you know, why not give yourself the chance to find happiness?
I like your answer.
That's a really good answer.
That was really fun.
Because honestly, I mean, you know, that's one of the things that makes Kafka so unique and so special as a protagonist, is that, you know, he's not a chosen one type. He doesn't, you know, he's not overpowered from the beginning. He's not, you know, doesn't have some grand destiny. He's just somebody whose persistence and patience finally paid off, and that's honestly inspiring, frankly.
Well, and also he kind of like, we came to him after he had already given up.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
we meet him when he's already said like, and then it's not until like, you know, the Defense Force extends the age that's allowed in, and yeah.
And meeting Reno too, I think.
Huh?
Yeah. And meeting your character too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool. Yeah.
Do we have any crowd questions?
How are we doing this? Is there a mic down there, or do they just yell at us?
There is a mic right over there.
It's cool. You can also just yell.
Yeah, just yodel. You can yodel in here.
Holler.
If you think you
And
have
you-
the volume, you can yell.
No, stay. Talk to the mic. Yeah, it's right here, right here.
And I will say, any question asking who would win in a fight, the answer is Goku.
Oh.
And I want to be a voiceactor.com for anyone who wants to know how to become a voice actor.
Yeah.
Thank you, Deep
You just cut out half the panel.
The answer is always Goku.
All right, that's the end of this panel. Thank you so much.
Hi, my name's Devin. So I'm just now getting back into anime. This is my first ever expo, or con.
Yay!
Welcome.
Yeah.
So I grew up watching Robotech. My dad loved it, and so I had to watch it. So I'm getting back into anime as well. So I just wanted to ask, what was the first anime that you've ever watched, and does it have a special place in your heart?
Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon has a special place in my heart, and yeah, you heard about that? It's a little old show called Sailor Moon. I used to be one of those hardcore collectors too. Like Sailor Moon once had, you know, it always had a place in my heart, but for years of my life, it had a place in most of my apartment. I'm still trying to find homes for stuff because my apartment is so small. But yeah, Sailor Moon is very special to me.
I'm trying to think, like in high school and stuff, like I caught episodes of things here and there, like Ranma Half, the original, like Dragon Ball, things like that, but I didn't watch anything like regularly until much more recently, and it was Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. And that was probably like 2015 or something like that.
I just started that.
Dude, it's awesome.
Oh, good choice. Good choice.
It's awesome.
It's so good. Yeah. Full Metal
Directed by
Alchemist.
Mike McFarlane, one of the best in the business.
For me, kind of similar to Adam, it's like I caught bits and pieces of a lot of things. I think the two shows that I recall like latching onto in my childhood was Yu Yu Hakusho and Shaman King. Those were my two.
It's Shaman King.
Shaman King.
Just kidding.
For me, I mean, I'll be super basic and say, you know, Pokemon and Digimon, which I've now since gotten to be a part of, which is fun. But in high school, though, that's when I really started getting into anime, mostly because of Toonami. So yeah, Cowboy Bebop. And then one that I'm not sure if it was ever on Toonami, but I got into, which if you guys haven't seen it, it's fantastic. Baccano.
That's my favorite anime ever.
Baccano, the best English dub of all time. It's so good.
It is.
So good.
Like Sailor Moon was my first, like very special. But anytime somebody asks me my favorite anime, I say Baccano.
Baccano's fantastic. If you guys haven't seen it, seek it out. I think it's kind of hard to find these days, though, unfortunately.
I think the rights are expired.
Yeah, but you know, physical media. That's why you want to invest in physical media.
I have my copy signed by J. Margaret Tatum.
That's awesome. It's so cool. I should have Katelyn sign mine.
Aww.
But gosh, and then I would say,
Are Are you listing every single anime?
Every single one, yeah.
This guy needs recommendations.
He's exhausted. This is his first con. You have him standing at the mic for literal hours.
Taking a Robotech fan though, Tony Oliver is here, who worked on that original dub. Yeah, he's been at it for a long time. Great guy. One of my very first teachers, actually. Yeah, so definitely go see him.
Well, thank you.
Hey, thank you. Welcome,
you.
welcome to Pasadena.
Make sure you chat with some people in here about what they want to suggest to you too.
Yeah, you guys are probably better equipped to recommend.
Hi.
Hello.
My name is Peyton, and one question for all of you. What was your favorite line?
That's a great question. Good job.
That's a good one.
There's a scene where Hoshina's sulking, and Mina walks up behind him with her iPhone. She's like, "You look like you're sulking. I need to document this."
There's a scene where it's Ichikawa and Kafka are running from the hospital.
Oh my god.
And so much stuff happens in this moment. We see somebody peeing from their nipple.
Yes!
It's not Ichikawa. But Kafka eats a bird randomly, and Ichikawa goes, "Respectfully, sir, that's disgusting."
Well, actually, funny enough, piggybacking off of that, pun intended, my line is the one that precedes that, which is, "You seen this Ichikawa? I'm eating a bird alive over here!"
I said this earlier, but I'll say it again. Yeah, it's the when they're first finding out everyone's power levels when they're trying on the suits, and Kafka is straining, trying to get his above 0%, and Hoshina freaks out and starts laughing his head off and going, "It's not like taking a dump. You can't just push it out." So that's when, yeah, I was already in love with the character, but at that moment, I'm like, yeah, this is great. We're meant to be.
That line, by the way, was in the audition for that character, and I remember like looking at the character visual that we got with it, and I'm like, "Oh, this guy looks so cool." And then that was a line. I was like, "How does he's what the heck is going on?" Thank you for your question.
Yeah, really
It
good.
was a great question.
Thank you. Let's give a round of applause.
We're not clapping for you. Just kidding, go
I
ahead.
will.
Thank you. Okay, so a certain kaiju is turning 70 years old. So I feel like I don't know if you've ever been asked this question before. I assume you have, but I just want to ask it for the people here. Do you think Kafka has any chance of beating Godzilla?
No, absolutely not. Look, you need to give respect to the goated man himself, Godzilla, all right? No one's taking him down. He is an ethereal being, okay? This is no contest. I will not allow anyone to say otherwise.
Kafka wins. Godzilla's not real. Okay?
Wow.
He is the Goku of kaiju. He even has an extended family.
Thank you.
Oh look, they clapped me
Don't
too.
clap.
First of all, it's nice to meet you all.
Oh, likewise. Pleasure's ours.
Also, this is my first Q&A.
Nice.
Yay! Welcome, welcome.
All right, we'll clap for you.
All right.
It takes a lot of courage to get up there, we know.
So, I have a question for all of you. This is a question I ask almost every voice actor. Do you ever have any time outside of recording for family?
Haven't seen him in years.
Not sure if they exist anymore.
I do. Mine live in North Carolina, where I'm from. Most of them live in North Carolina. And I actually, the next convention I'm doing is in Virginia, and they're going to drive up and spend some time with me. It's going to be awesome. Yeah. So it's like a 3-hour drive.
That's not bad. Yeah, I'd say that. My family lives in Kansas City, on the Kansas side, not the Missouri side. It's confusing. There's a street called State Line that's the actual state line.
Oh,
Yeah.
wild.
Not confusing.
That's not confusing. But KCK and KCMO, the differences are confusing. Yeah, I try to get back to see them a couple of times a year. And last year I actually got to go to my hometown con for the first time as a guest. Yeah, it's a full circle moment because I remember waiting in line for Kenny Baker. He was the first celebrity I ever met. For those of you who don't know, he was the little guy inside of R2-D2. Yeah, but he was a sweetheart. He signed through his entire lunch break, and his wife was hand feeding him chicken McNuggets the entire time. He'd stop every so often and go, "Oh, thank you, love. Oh, thank you, love."
It's so cute.
Yes, I get good family time. My family's from California, so I see my family. Whoop, yeah, wrong. Go California. So yeah, I see my family. I have some nieces and nephews that I hang out with pretty regularly. So yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good. Listen, this is like, I know you didn't ask for acting advice, but some unsolicited acting advice.
Yeah.
One thing that's really important as an actor is to do things that are not acting.
Yeah.
And to live your life and to live a full life and do things that make you feel like you.
Yeah.
And I think it's really important to hang out with
It's-
family or
yeah.
friends or found family or whatever it may be.
It doesn't matter, how studious you are, if you're taking a million classes, and, but if you don't have real life experience to draw from, it's a detriment.
Mhm.
Yeah, people can tell in performances.
Yeah, you suck.
I'm going to be really depressing and say no. I have had the unfortunate, weird blessing of having a career that has pulled me away from mine. My wife lives in Texas, my family lives in Miami, and I'm here in California right now, trying to provide for the various groups. So I try to visit when I can. It has been a very rough few months, admittedly, but you do what you can.
But you've got found family.
I've got found family.
No, you cannot make love to me. Next question. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, thank you. You've been great.
Hey,
Thank you, guys.
after this, we'll all be at our tables. If you
I was gonna say, yeah,
if you have a
come by.
second question, you can come and ask us there.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're cosplaying.
Okay, old guy.
So my question is,
Yes.
the show, the dub was coming out at the same time as the Japanese version for the first couple of episodes, but then it took a break.
For only 2 episodes. Don't be too hard on us. There's only 2 episodes. We had 10 that were at
The Hoshina versus number 10 battle was just it was too amazing.
Yeah. Dude,
Through the
wasn't-
both off its axis.
Side note, wasn't it not awesome when they released at the same time?
Yeah.
Would you guys like to see more of that for different shows?
Yes.
It'd be pretty fun.
Yeah. Tweet at Crunchyroll things you like, not just when you hate them.
Yes.
But I mean, that made a cliffhanger even harder to deal with when they announced that there was going to be a break. So my question is, how was it dubbing the show at the same time it came out in the Japanese version? Like how doing it all at the same time?
You go ahead.
I don't know why I keep answering first. I guess it's because I'm a coral.
Yeah.
It's like I said earlier, we don't always get time to prepare before shows. Sometimes it's like, can you come in today for 30 minutes and you'll find out what you're doing when you get there or whatever. But I usually like to watch the episode ahead of time in Japanese if I can, and this time we didn't have that advantage. But it was also really cool to be able to react to things in the moment. We were seeing the fights while we were working on them, and so it was really cool to see the fights animated, and to know that nobody else got to see it.
I think this kind of leans into the whole sub and dub thing, right? To me, the answer to this question is not one is better than the other or whatever. It's whatever you listen to first is what you get attached to. It's just what it is. You get used to hearing a character sound a certain way, and then you listen to it another way. You're like, I'm not vibing with that. I don't like it as much. So when they come out at the same time and it gives people the option to choose whichever one they want to listen to first, that just hypes me up. Because then it's less about what you're watching it in, it's more of just about a group of people enjoying the same show.
Yeah.
And I think I don't know, I really like that we got to do that for Kaiju. I hope that more shows do that. I would love to see that for JJK because it's such a popular show. But yeah, I think Kaiju's killing it. What I've heard, don't hold me to this is unofficial, and I'm not saying anything that I'm not supposed to, but I've heard that they're going to continue to do that, not release them at the same time, because it was so successful. And actually, side note, because something about me you have to know is like, I'm never someone is all horrible. You know, even bad people can sometimes do things that are not that bad. And you know, maybe they're not that bad, depends on what you think. But the studio that does Kaiju has a deal with Twitter, or X.
Oh.
So that's why we're able to simul-dub, is because it's showing when it airs in Japan, it's airing on X.
Yeah.
So thanks, Elon.
For exactly one thing.
For doing something like that, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta give props.
Broken clock, right twice a day.
Exactly. It's like you can be mad, but you also gotta give a little credit to, you know, if not anything else, just for Kaiju No.8, just simul-dub, you know? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Barr.
Thanks.
Hi guys. Real big fan of the show, and what drew me to your show was, you know, as a kid, I grew up with Power Rangers and watching Godzilla on TNT. So I was wondering if there was any kaiju related material you guys grew up with and that you're fans of.
I mean, kaiju adjacent sort of things with like Power Rangers.
Yeah, anything related to
really
kaiju.
huge thing for me. I mean, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was just like the thing for me growing up, and collecting the figures and, you know, getting big and beating monsters and all that stuff. And of course, Godzilla himself was my big thing.
Dude, for me it was Power Rangers all the way. I still have all of my toys from when I was a kid, literally everything. I don't know how I got so lucky that my parents didn't throw anything away. But I was also the kid who collected stuff, and I wanted my room to look like a toy store. So I would work my butt off in the neighborhood, get money. My parents would take me to Toys R Us. I would get Power Ranger stuff, and then I would just display it in the box, and I still have all of it. So yeah, I'm a big Power Rangers guy.
I don't have a lot of like childhood experience with kaiju. I've been fortunate to work on some Ultraman as an adult, so I connected with Ultraman. I think.
Wait. Are you the gay dragon in Ultraman?
Not yet.
Okay, sorry.
Call me.
Sorry, that must have been someone else. Sorry.
That was my girlfriend. No, I think the closest thing as a kid that I had to kaiju was probably Powerpuff Girls. Because, like, think about it. It counts. There was always a giant monster destroying Townsville. That's Powerpuff Girls is a kaiju show.
It is. The city of Townsville.
No, I was a hardcore Godzilla fan growing up. I still am. -1. Yes. Oh my god, it's so good. And I hear the guy who directed it is coming back for the next one, so that's really exciting. Yeah. I hope there's another kaiju in the next one. I want him to fight someone else. Yeah. Not just him versus the military. But oh man. But yeah, as a kid, my favorite one was probably Godzilla versus Biollante. That design for Biollante is so cool. But yeah, I mainlined all those growing up. And I used to collect the action figures too. They came with trading cards, and before I could even read, I had them all memorized. So I would pretend to read the trading cards, and my parents would be like, "Wow, you can read! You're only 3 or 2.5 or 3, wow!" Oh no, he just memorized them, never mind. Oh,
Which is more impressive.
Still cool, yeah, it's still cool, I guess. But no, huge Godzilla fan, so this was, every time I see that Toho logo, I'm like, wow, we are really lucky. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
great question. You know, I've become really good at those transitions.
Segues.
Hi. If you could get one weapon from the show, what would you pick?
Does Bako count as a weapon?
Sure, why not?
Bako. That's her tiger. In case you guys didn't know.
Dang. Probably one of the suits. I would consider that a weapon.
Yeah, the suits count as a weapon.
Yeah.
For sure.
Power armor.
I'd say so, yeah. Do we know who voices the tiger, by the way?
Who?
I want to say it's Chris Guerrero.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
Who Who your tiger?
Yeah.
Who voices the tiger? Yeah.
I don't know. Meow.
And whoever it
It's
is,
me. It's me. Rawr.
whoever it is, they're so convincing that I just thought it was a real tiger.
Yeah. I would take Hoshina's swords for sure, especially the big katana he gets later on. We won't.
No spoiler. Come on. He gets a bigger sword. Power-ups in an anime.
In a shonen show.
I would pick Mina's big gun.
Yes.
The BFG.
I don't know. Wait, the way you said that too.
Big gun. It's a throwback to a
You weren't
family.
Right? Okay, a bunch of y'all were probably also at anime.
Raise your hands if you were at Riverside this year.
Yes. Okay. So it was our first kaiju panel, and I was really nervous. And somebody asked what have you learned from your character? Like, what is a lesson that you've learned about life? And Nazeeh gave this beautiful answer about well, it's never too late to give up on your dreams. And I, at the time, Mina had not said very much, and I was like, we were just getting started, and I was like. If you want, you when you grow up, you can have a big gun. And they were like, California. I'm from Texas.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hey.
If you could create your own kaiju, what would it be?
If we could what?
Create your own kaiju.
Oh, create?
Create our own
What a
kaiju.
good question. Yeah, this is a good question. I have no idea.
Game dragon.
Game dragon.
Mine would be a giant chihuahua. Yeah. I don't ask me to explain it. That's just.
It doesn't require.
That's the answer. That's the first thing that comes to mind. Giant chihuahua.
No explanation.
I used to have a chihuahua.
I have
You did?
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Aw.
Is that what you meant by used? Sorry.
He ran away.
What are you saying? Hey, I'm sorry that happened.
It was years ago.
Okay, so we don't care anymore? Hey,
Good boy.
thank you.
I love the
Rodan
is my favorite kaiju. So I like to make him real, specifically the Fire Rodan version from the later Godzilla films. But I guess if we're gonna go with dogs, a giant Frenchie sounds pretty wonderful, pretty cute.
I don't want to hear you say giant Frenchie. It's just a weird.
A giant Frenchman, yes. Giant Frenchman, yes. The giant baguette, just attacking skyscrapers. I'd watch it too.
I don't know. That's my answer. Thank you.
Are you Reno? Are you cosplaying Reno? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Awesome.
Very nice.
It's hard for us to see up here.
It's the best cosplay of the day. That other Kafka cosplayer is failing compared to what you're doing right now.
For real?
Yeah, you know. I mean, you look amazing too.
Thank
But
you.
That Kafka was awesome.
And what? That's your question.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I think I'm getting
First
hungry.
of all, hi, my name is Alex, and it's great to meet you all. So, my question is, besides the Kaiju 8 universe, which anime universe would you like to live in? For me, it's Jujutsu Kaisen.
Why? Why? You're dead. You're dead.
It's like your Game of Thrones was big. It's like, yeah, I actually live in that world.
I like to fight off against Chris
You're dead. We're all dead. Everyone's
There's
dead.
nothing awaiting you but death and body horror, yeah.
How do you want that? I'm choosing Food Wars. I don't want to die. Wait, is your microphone off?
Is it?
I said silence.
Oh, okay, thank you.
I didn't actually have an answer, so I should have just been like, oh, can't answer, sorry.
Oh, now you're supercharged.
Thank you. They did silence me. Okay. Damn. Food
You
Wars
can have
is a
it.
really good answer.
You can have it.
Food Wars Season 2.
There you go.
The budget went up, the food looks even better.
Yeah. You can smell it through the TV.
Yes. I guess, the Studio Ghibli films. That's an easy answer, maybe, but yeah. Very cozy, and the food is also really good looking.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh no. Is there a season 3 of Food Wars?
There is. It's called
Restaurants to Another World.
Restaurant, yeah, they're campfire cooking. There we go.
Yeah.
Something with food. There we go.
Yeah. Hey, thank you.
Thank you.
Hello. This is my first time doing this, so
Don't mess it up.
don't worry. It will be a simple question, and that's it. So my question is, I don't know if anyone ever told you this. What are your thoughts on the main antagonist, Kaiju No. 9? And if there's one ability you want from him, what would it be?
One ability you want from him? The ability to blend in with humans. I can't do that.
Gosh, he's a lot of fun. If I weren't playing Hoshina, I'd probably want to play number 9.
Yeah.
He's kind of jokery. I like it. I like his design too. And
Yes.
yeah. Alejandro's killing it, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
It's fun to see him because he plays a lot of stoic, tough hero characters. It's fun to see him mix it up. I get to play a seaweed chewing, literally, villain. A lot of fun.
I just leaned over to Nazeeh and was asking him, like, wait, what is like some Kaiju No. 9 things again? He was like, he's shape-shifting and he's got the little finger pews.
You got no lips?
So that's my answer, is the finger pews. I would like to have the finger pews. Like, oh yeah. Shoot little pews.
Yeah.
Finger pew.
Yeah. I guess I'll just go back to the shape-shifting then.
Yes, thank you.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Question.
Answer.
Asked and answered, Your Honor.
For me, my number one voice actor I ever wanted to meet was Vic Mignogna of Broly. Who was someone you guys wanted to meet? Like your number one voice actor you could meet?
Not that guy.
Truthfully, I came into this industry very late. I didn't have any idols per se, or people that I was just like, oh my god, I need to meet them or anything like that. I was never a starstruck sort of person. I have folks that I highly respect that I try to mirror or learn from, and one of those people is Roger Craig Smith, for instance. But yeah, I never had one of those oh my god, I really I'd love to meet this person. And now that I'm in this position, I've met Adam. And
Hey, stop that.
No, look at that.
That's cute.
Oh gosh, I would say
Nazeeh Tarsha.
yeah. Richard Horvitz was my very first teacher. And a couple of years ago, we got to be in a show together on Cartoon Network called Power Players. So that was really fun to get to actually, because I grew up loving Invader Zim, and you guys might know him now more from Hell of a Boss. I think he plays Moxie. Yeah, but he's wonderful, and a good friend too. But let's see, gosh, this is no longer possible, unfortunately, but I did get to meet him, but we never got to work together. Kevin Conroy, Batman himself, yeah. Because he was he was an inspiration growing up because he was an openly gay man who got to play all these amazing characters and had this incredible journey. And I wish we could have gotten to work together. That would have been amazing. But he was super cool.
That is Batman.
That is great that you got to
He is
meet
the
him.
Batman. As far as I'm concerned, the only Batman. Sorry, our bats.
I actually got a little bit starstruck when I met Lucy Christian. Yeah, she's so cool. Yeah, she's so sweet. It's funny. The first show I was ever in was Log Horizon. It was an isekai before there were 8,000 isekais every season, and it was really, really good because it was like an isekai about the economy. Anyway,
I love
it
that.
was really fun. It
I
was
love
so
that.
exciting. No, it was.
I can't wait till there's a presidential election isekai.
No.
Then he wakes up and it was all a dream. The first show I was ever in was Log Horizon, and there used to be at Alamo Draft House in Houston. There used to be anime premieres weekly, and they premiere the English dub and show the first 4 episodes. And I went to my first one because it was Log Horizon. I was like, oh, it's me, or whatever. And Lucy Christian was there, and I was scared to talk to her. And the director of the show was like, it's Lucy, just go talk to her. And she's so sweet, and I love her so much.
I've like always wanted to be a voice actor since I was a kid, and I don't think I was the kid that ever thought like, oh, someone's doing that. I just like liked Michelangelo from the Ninja Turtles and thought he sounded cool, you know? But kind of like what you were saying, now that I'm like, I mean, I've been a voice actor for like 26 years or something like that. I look up to people who are who have great reputations in the industry, or who people really like working with. To me, that says more about the person than like how many voices they can do or whatever. Fred Tatasciore is one. I really love Fred. He's a good friend and also just somebody that I look up to. He's the Hulk in everything. You've heard Fred. He's Soldier 76 in Overwatch, but he's literally in everything. He was Devil Dinosaur in Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur and all that stuff. So Fred, Scott Menville, who's Robin in Teen Titans.
He's here somehow.
He was on the guest list.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I love Scott. I'm gonna give that guy a hug and then punch him because he also does martial arts.
Don't punch Scott Menville.
Do not punch.
Yeah. Or no, don't.
Or anyone.
Never mind. Yeah. Yeah, he's OG. Hey, listen, not everyone can have a correct opinion.
That's not our fault.
No, I'm just kidding. No, the OG was amazing. But yeah, Fred, Scott, Rob Paulson's also another sweetheart. So yeah, good question. Thanks, man.
Yeah, I like that one.
Thank you so much for that question. So really quickly, that will be the last one. I'm
Wait,
so
you don't even
sorry.
get a warning?
You guys want to do a lightning round?
And I see that there are more people in line. I'm so sorry. Are there any kids in line? Because I really can't see.
The next one, you're a kid. The lights are really bright. I can't see. You have makeup
Is
on.
it a quick question?
Yeah, tell us.
Rapid fire.
Go for it.
So, this is my first time, doing a panel, so,
Yay.
We're not welcome.
Are we out of applause?
So, what did it take to, become a voice actor? How did you do it?
So really rapid fire, I will say I want to be a voiceactor.com. D. Bradley Baker, he outlines everything from A to Z. The long story short of it is be open to experiences, take acting classes, don't be afraid to make a fool of yourself, find an acting coach, somebody reputable, do your research because there are a lot of scammers out there. And just be willing to play and learn and also fail, because when you start, you are going to be the worst actor that anyone has ever seen in their lives.
Yep.
And as long as you persevere, remember it's a marathon, not a sprint. So just keep at it if that's what you love.
Perfect.
Nice.
Yeah, I would say just, right place, right time, right skills to meet the moment, take classes. And also, take what you do seriously, but don't take yourself too seriously.
Yeah. And never give up. Never give up. Because
Never give up, never give up, never surrender.
When I was 15, one of my martial arts teachers said to me when he knew I wanted to be an actor, he said, somebody has to get those jobs, it might as well be you. And I was like, not a bad way to think about it. So just remember, someone has to do it. And if someone has to do it, then there's no reason that it can't be you, okay?
you said that at Riverside and it stuck with me.
Really?
Yeah, I love that.
Honestly, everybody can stand and write it down. All right, well, thank you guys so much for coming to the Kaiju No.8.
Great question.
Come say hi to us at our table, or heckle us, or yell at us, or punch me. Just kidding.
Yes, make sure you find their booth. Say hello. Thank you guys again. I'm Kanessa. It was so nice hosting this